Good afternoon, I'm Ellie Chivers and this is your Solent Journalism Update at 3 p.m. Thousands of passengers have been warned against travelling to airports after UK airline Flybe collapsed overnight. This is set to cause a particular strain on Southampton as the vast majority of flights to and from the airport are run by Flybe. Not only will this be a huge inconvenience for customers, but thousands of jobs are now at risk, including those with taxi firm Checker Cars. In the studio we have Hannah Watkins, who has more. Hannah, what can you tell us about this breaking story?
So at around 3 a.m. this morning, Flybe was confirmed it has ceased trading with immediate effect. And this means that around 2,000 jobs are now at risk. Southampton Airport will be affected massively because of this, as 95% of flights are operated by Flybe in Southampton. And now all of those flights are cancelled. Flybe has apologised and said do not travel to the airport if you are due to fly with them, unless you have already arranged an alternative flight with another airline. The Transport Secretary, Grant Shapps, tweeted this morning saying it was very sad Flybe had gone out of business after serving passengers for 4 decades, and government staff will be on hand in UK airports to assist and work with airline, train and bus operators to help people find alternative ways home. Now, one student affected by the closure of Flybe was Solent University student Ruben Franco. He was due to fly home to Jersey today and told us the issues he has faced this morning.
Flybe are actually the only airline that does flights from Southampton to Jersey, and I was booked to be going home today for the weekend. However, with the collapse of Flybe, I'm not sure on what's going to happen. My flight home's still going ahead because it's with Flybe's partner Blue Islands, who are still running despite Flybe's collapse. But my flight back was with Flybe themselves, so I'm unsure on how I'm going to travel back, and also don't know how I'm going to travel back home from uni in the future.
And Hannah, can people get their money back from these cancelled flights yet?
Unfortunately, no, not yet. As this is a financial collapse, there is no rebookings or automatic refunds for flights through Flybe. But EasyJet are now actually offering a dedicated rescue fee for affected customers until the end of May. Now, this means that there's a fare of £65, which includes a 15 kilograms hold bag, and that will be available on presentation of an original Flybe booking reference.
Okay, good to know. Thank you, Hannah. It has just been revealed that the total number of coronavirus cases in the UK has now rocketed to 90, and it's been confirmed that one of those cases is in Hampshire. This comes as 2 pupils from Oliver Battery Primary School in Winchester have been advised to self-isolate after travelling in a car with the infected patient. The government has now declared that the UK has moved from the contain into the delay stage of the 4-stage plan, which can see more big public events postponed. With a case now present in our area, do you see the coronavirus as a threat to Southampton? Natalia Diaz spoke to some of Southampton's residents about what they are doing in the face of the infection.
I'm using hand sanitizer. I'm trying to be more clean, and every now and then I'm using napkins and other things to clean my hands.
So I'm working in Decathlon, and since all this context is happening, there's more people ordering and just buying this health wash for the hands.
I did read somewhere that you're not supposed to go around petting live animals in case somebody else has.
In light of the virus, attacks on the Asian community have sadly risen. Natalia also spoke to a member of Solent Asian community on what they think violence against them has increased.
We're being mistreated because of everyone, going on the internet, they're seeing so many different, miscommunication. I mean, yes, it did start in China, correct, but it's not just Chinese people, it's anyone.
Have you been experiencing problems with your Wi-Fi? Sky, Virgin and BT customers across the South Coast have been reporting broadband outages, with some suggesting their internet hasn't been working since late last night. Although Sky has now announced their broadband has been restored, other services are yet to be back up and running. A warning has been released to make customers aware of scammers trying to target them during the outage. Fraudsters are trying to obtain credit card details from customers with the promise they will investigate the problem. Children's charity Pyjama Fairies are calling for more volunteers from Southampton to create designs for hospital gowns and pyjamas. The scheme is the only one in the UK to create these garments for children and babies, and they are made with the hope that they'll bring comfort to young patients. Reporter Lauren Siggery spoke to the founder, Susie Creel, about how you can get involved.
It's really easy. You go onto the internet, onto the Pyjama Fairy page, and there's a heading, Becoming a Fairy. Follow those guidelines and then send your garments to me. Southampton Hospital asked us, I think it was 240 gowns, and we took them to the PIC unit in the Southampton Hospital. They looked at them, thought they were wonderful, etc., etc., and then we were given a tour of the actual PIC unit.
Lauren also spoke to Kate Lang, who is mum to a child helped by the Pyjama Fairies, about the great impact the charity can have.
The Pyjama Fairies pyjamas that they provide for their children going to surgery are excellent because they make the children feel a little bit less anxious when they go to theatre. When speaking to the nurses and the staff in the hospital, they also feel that they have an excellent positive benefit for all the children.
Last week, the student-run clothing shop Riso held their Swap Not Shop event, which saw shoppers bringing their unwanted goods into store to exchange them for new finds. Reporter Shivalika Puri was at the event, which was praised by shoppers for promising sustainability and raising money for a brain tumour charity. She spoke to attendee Christina, who explained how the event will help her organisation.
I work for an organisation called CTEC. We're an organisation that supports people back into work. It's a great opportunity. It's it's good for the environment, obviously reducing the amount we're buying, but also for our clients, it's a great opportunity to come in, bring some of their old clothes in and get something new ready for an interview so that they feel empowered, confident, they look good, feel good, ready for the interview.
Meanwhile, Southampton's John Lewis branch has also launched their own new sustainable initiative. Customers are being encouraged to bring their unwanted goods into store in exchange for some new finds, to prevent old clothes from clogging up landfill. The scheme was first introduced in the brand's Oxford store and now has been rolled out to 6 others across the country. Sports now, and this weekend is set to be a big one for South Coast football with Portsmouth and Saints both in action. Here with a preview is our sport reporter Luke Henry. Luke, what can you tell us?
Thanks, Ellie. Yes, so Southampton take on Newcastle on Saturday afternoon. Ralph Hasenhüttl faced the media around about an hour and a half ago, and he's got a problem at number 10. There's going to be no Nathan Redmond, no Sofiane Boufal, but Moussa Djenepo does return on the field for Southampton. It's not been going quite to plan. 4 defeats in 5 in all competitions, whereas Newcastle, they just can't buy a goal or a win. One win in their last 6, and they haven't actually scored in the Premier League since the 21st of January. So this game's going to be 3-3. You can put your bets on that one. Elsewhere in the Premier League, Bournemouth and Brighton, they have very easy trips respectively. They have to take on Liverpool and Wolves in the Premier League. And also Portsmouth, away from the FA Cup disappointment on Monday night, they take their title challenge back on track and they go to Peterborough away. Just an interesting point though from the Southampton and Newcastle game. Do keep an eye out for the handshake before the game. Newcastle have banned handshakes due to coronavirus, and there's rumours that Southampton have banned them since November because of a winter policy. So keep your eyes out and let's see what happens when they come out the tunnel and shake each other's hands, if they do.
Very interesting. Thanks, Luke. And finally, if you've seen some Hermione Grangers, Charlie Buckets or Cat in the Hats walking about town today, that's because Southampton is marking World Book Day. This annual celebration encourages children of all ages to get stuck in a story by offering £1 books and handing out book tokens in schools. To tell us more, here's Beth Lawrence.
World Book Day is approaching for another year, and Southampton is preparing for the annual celebration of books with tokens and costumes for sale. Schools, libraries and bookstores will be enjoying all things relevant by dressing up and sharing stories. A £1 book token for those who are 18 and under can be downloaded online and then redeemed at a series of stores in Southampton. These include bookshops and some supermarkets such as Tesco's and Sainsbury's. On the day there will be other discounted stories for sale and prizes to be won.
That's all from us for now. You can find all our stories and more at solentjournalism.co.uk. Have a great evening.